can we ask your thoughts or reaction doon sa Senate's decision to archive the articles of impeachment against VP Sara? One of the framers po ng 1987 Constitution, si Attorney Christian Monsod, said it amounts to a dismissal. And you've mentioned, sir,
It amounts to?
to a dismissal
No,
po.
let me clarify that. The merits of the case were not examined by the Supreme Court. It just talked about procedure.
Reaction lang po ng Malacanang dun po sa GSIS investment po sa isang online game gambling, yung DG Plus daw. Paano po, pero nalugi yung kanilang investment. Isa po ba ito sa mga factor kung bakit
No.
May apprehension ang
No,
government?
no.
Mr. President, wala pa pong plano ang gobyerno na magpatupad ng total ban sa illegal gambling, despite the fact po na yung illegal gambling ay nakaka-addict gaya po ng illegal drugs at nakakasira po ng pamilya.
That's the thing. What is the problem? Ituturuan ng mga bata na magsugal. That's the problem. So let's solve that problem.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen of the Philippine Press. Welcome to the Kapihan India version. The President will issue a short statement, then we'll follow up with your questions.
Well, we have come to the end of the state visit, my state visit here to India. And I must say, I'm very, very encouraged by the exchanges that we have made, both with the government of Prime Minister Modi and of President Murmu, but also the exchanges and the discussions that we have initiated between business leaders of India and of the Philippines. And what really we discovered as we went along in our discussions, that the more we looked, the more we found. In other words, the more we discussed what are the possible areas of cooperation, the more areas of cooperation that we found. Sasabihin natin, we talked about agri. Pag pinag-usapan yung agri, napupunta yung usapan sa digital. Pag napag-usapan yung digital, napapag-usapan ang defense and security. It really just the whole range of possibilities has now become clear to us. And that's why, in my view, we should look at this visit as just as a new beginning in terms of the relationship between India and the Philippines. India and the Philippines have always had a very good, very amicable relations for the last 70 plus years. And however, we have not engaged each other aggressively in terms of trade, in terms of all the other, in terms of supplies, the supply chains, in terms of developing several industries. But now we will, and that is why one of the reasons why we came here was simply to open those channels, and I think that's we have achieved that. And like I said, in the attempt to open some of the channels, like in terms of medicine, in terms of digital space, in terms of training, maritime cooperation and all that, lahat yan, palagay ko yung aming pagpasok, sabi, ito yung mga pwede natin gawin. Ngunit nung nasimula namin yung pag-usapan yung mga yan, nakita namin mas marami pa palang pwede. Kaya hindi ako magugulat kung ang mga susunod na buwan ay magdadatingan dito mga Philippine businessmen at pati na ang mga iba't ibang ahensya ng gobyerno ng Pilipinas. Kaya I am very, very pleased with this visit. I am very happy with the results. And I am very glad that we have opened these new lines of communications with India. And I'm sure that this will be to the benefit of both our countries. All right, so let me open the,
Mr. President, the
yield
first
the floor.
question will be coming from Kenneth, PTV4.
Mike.
Hi, sir. Good morning. Sir, you have mentioned that you had a bilateral meeting with President Murmu.
Yeah.
Sir, ano po yung mga specific na napag-usapan po ninyo at paano nyo po ito nakikita na makatutulong po sa pagpapatibay pa ng relasyon ng Pilipinas at India?
Well, most of the detailed discussions, karamihan ng yung usapan na medyo detalyado was with the Prime Minister. Ang talagang pinakiusap ko sa Pangulo, Murmo, kailangan ko yung sabi, I asked her, we need your support. And these are the areas that we are interested in, that we are going to pursue. And we need her support as President. Hindi naman rubber stamp ang Presidente. Kailangan na aprubahan din niya lahat ng mga ating nais na gawin. So that was the essence of it. We spoke in general terms. But because by the time I met with the president, by the time I met her, we had already had some discussions, so may resulta na ng konti. At sabi ko na nga sa kanya, ito yung mga aming nais gawin, ngunit kailangan namin ng suporta mo. And she agreed. She says this is good for both our countries. Thank you.
Arlene from ABS-CBN.
Good morning, Mr. President. Mr. President, may we know how much or any figure, kung ilan yung pledges or investments na may uuwi po sa Pilipinas, or any ballpark figure on how many jobs can be potentially generated from these?
Well, in terms of actual total direct investment, we have already secured $446 million in terms of actual direct investment. But that is already what we have decided at the end of this trip. Pero marami pang papasok dyan. Hindi pa yan, kagaya ng aking nasabi, simula pa lang yan. And we are hoping that we have generated interest in several other areas. At kung yung estimate lang namin dyan, with the several other areas, is the potential for investment of about $5.7 billion. So malaking bagay talaga. India is a very, very strong economy. India is the fourth largest economy in the world, and with the prospect of very soon becoming the third largest economy in the world. Kaya talagang napaka-aktibo yung kanilang ekonomiya. And, we see that they have a very strong instinct for progress, for development, especially in the digital area.
Next question, Mr. President, from Kathy from Manila Times.
Good morning, Mr. President. Can we get your statement on the recent launch po ng China's rocket near Palawan? May mga expert po na nagsasabi that if open po ba tayo sa filing of another case against China before an international tribunal? And ano po yung ating next legal step kung sakali po?
Well, it's not the first time that this has happened. And actually, if you look at the incidents, they did not commit any violations. There have been no casualties. We just wish that perhaps they could warn us a little earlier so that we know that the path of the rocket, where the path is, and kung magbibitaw sila ng stages, kung saan babagsak. And I remember in my trip to Beijing early on that I told President Xi, we have no interest in your rockets. You just tell us where they will land. We will collect it and give it to you. And that continues to be my offer to China. I said, kailangan agawin sa amin yan. Wala kang anong gagawin namin dyan. So, sabihan nyo kami kung saan dadaan yung rocket. Pag may babagsak, kukunin namin sa dagat. Tapos idadali namin sa inyo. Wala namang problema. But the good side to all of this, wala namang casualty. Wala namang tinamaan. Hindi naman nagka-problema.
Next question from Daryl Esguerra from PNA, Mr. President.
Good morning, Mr. President. Sir, baka can you provide lang po details sa naging usapan nyo ni Prime Minister Modi, particularly sa defense po. Are there plans to pursue a more formal security cooperation framework like joint production, intelligence sharing, or possibly baka PFAs? Sir, baka
Yes, definitely there's a commitment for India to have a larger profile in terms of the West Philippine Sea. And nung umalis tayo sa Maynila, meron ng exercises sa dalawang vessel ng India at saka dalawang vessel ng Pilipinas. Tuloy-tuloy naman yan. At, we agreed that we should do more of it. And India has already made the policy decision to have more of a presence in the region. Because ngayon, kaya nga dati pinag-uusapan lang natin Asia Pacific, ang pinag-uusapan ngayon natin Indo-Pacific. Kaya't lahat ng bansa na pumapaligid sa Indo-Pacific na kasama sa area na yan ay dapat talagang magkaroon ng mga cooperation in many ways. And we should not ever limit ourselves to just defense and security, because the economy plays a part in defense and security. So pagpatibay din ng mga ekonomiya natin, pagpalakas ng ating trade, pagpaganda ng ating relasyon, kasama lahat yan. Defense and security is only one dimension to the entire problem. So we try to focus on everything, not just one aspect of the situation. But yes, the short answer to your question is yes. There is we have committed to more exercises together, and not only bilaterally, but also, of course, multilaterally with other countries as well.
Next question, Mr. President, from Julie Baisa, 1PH.
Good morning,
Hi.
sir.
Hi, Julie.
Sir, can we ask your thoughts or reaction doon sa Senate's decision to archive the articles of impeachment against VP Sara? One of the framers po ng 1987 Constitution, si Attorney Christian Monsod, said it amounts to a dismissal. And you've mentioned, sir,
It amounts to?
to a dismissal
No.
po.
Let me clarify that. The merits of the case were not examined by the Supreme Court. This doesn't mean, this does not decide the merits of the case. It just talked about procedure. So the procedure was faulty, was lacking. So yun ang assessment ng Supreme Court. It has no bearing on the rightness or wrongness of the impeachment case.
And your reaction, sir, dun sa naging pagboto po ng Senado to archive? Nasabi niyo, sir, ano kayo? Interested observer po kayo.
Kaya nga, so I've observed that they voted in, that's it. I keep telling you, the executive has no role in this. The president has no role. I'm an impeachable officer. I cannot involve myself in any of this. So, it's really the Supreme Court, the Senate, and the House. So yun ang kanilang. That's where the decisions were made. Well, on the issues between the House, the Senate, and the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court has decided, and like I've said, that's it. That's the Supreme Court has decided.
Thank you, Mr. President. The next question from Eden of Net25.
Mr. President, good morning po.
Good morning.
Mahirap pala ang modyo. Eto po. Reaction lang po ng Malacanang dun po sa GSIS investment po sa isang online game gambling, yung DG Plus daw. Paano po, pero nalugi yung kanilang investment. Isa po ba ito sa mga factor kung bakit
No.
may apprehension ang government?
No, nothing. I didn't even know about that. Hindi ko alam na may ganun yung GSIS. But no, the revenue side of it is simply not a part of the discussion. Of course, we use that revenue that we are collecting, but that's not really the main point. The complaint against any of these activities is really the social cost. So yan ang pag-aralan natin na mabuti. That is why we are organizing I don't know what you call them. Internally, we're calling it a conclave. To put all of the interested parties, such as, of course, CBCP has been very vocal on their position, so they must be heard. Then we have to hear about from experts on addiction. We have to hear from parents and from teachers as to what the effects are on children. We have to hear from the police what are the effects in terms of criminality. And we really have to examine what are the options. Ano ba talagang policy natin dapat gawin dito sa illegal gambling? Because it's not that simple. Ang nagiging sigaw lagi, ban this, ban. Ganito, example lang. Ano ang nangyari sa Isabong? Binan natin, natigil ba? Magkano ang pusta sa Isabong? 50 centimos. So, lahat talaga nadadamay. So, let's use that as an example. Successful ba yung pagban natin sa Isabong? Kung hindi, bakit hindi naging successful? Yun ang mga kailangan natin pag-aralan. Eh ngayon, since nakita natin na nagka-problema, paano natin ayusin yung problema? Ang solusyon ba ay mag-ban o iba yung gagawin natin? Yun ang question ngayon. Ano yung gagawin natin? Kung hindi ban, ano yung gagawin natin? That's what I'm hoping all of these different sectors of society will lead us to a good answer. Siyempre, pakikinggan din natin yung PAGCOR, magkano yung kinikita nila, pakikinggan natin lahat. But all of that, but we have to hear from everyone because it's not a simple, in my view, ako lang I don't want to influence anyone's opinion here until we hear from the group who will be examining the question. But in my opinion, ban will not take care of the problem. We have to be a little bit more measured in our response.
So sa ngayon po, Mr. President, wala pa pong plano ang gobyerno na magpatupad ng total ban sa illegal gambling, despite the fact po na yung illegal gambling ay nakaka-addict gaya po ng illegal drugs at nakakasira po ng pamilya.
That's the thing. What is the problem? Is the problem online gambling? Or is the problem na addict ang tao o nadadamay at natuturuan ng mga bata na magsugal? That's the problem. So let's solve that problem. You know, ang nagiging online gaming is evil. Hindi naman, okay, di ban natin. Hindi ba? Ganun, nandun ang usapan ngayon when it comes to online gaming. Pero hindi naman, kailangan talaga may tendency kung minsan tayo dito sa atin. Pagka may problem, ban. It's not necessarily the solution. Maybe it is. Baka pagkatapos ng usapan nila, sasabihin, kailangan talaga iban. Di iban. Pero pag-aralan natin na mabuti. Huwag tayong basta pabigla-bigla yung tinatawag. We have to be measured in our responses. If it comes down to a ban, then we will ban. But if there are better solutions than a ban, we will take those on.